Hi, I'm David Baddiel. I am the chair of the judges for the Royal Society of Literature Christopher Bland Prize, which is a prize given to the first book, the debut book by a writer over 50. I'm going to pass on to my other judges to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Naga Munchetty. It's been an absolute delight being part of this judging process. I have learned so much and been introduced to a range of books I don't think I'd ever have come across unless I'd been part of this process. So for that, I am truly grateful.
My name's Criado Perez. I'm a writer and I also loved being a judge. So many amazing books, such a varied selection that, yeah, I would just never have come across. And I'm so glad that I got a chance to read them all.
Thank you, other judges. And to be honest, you've shamed me with your enthusiasm, because I just said hello and welcome to the prize. But yes, I too thought it was a great selection of books and really enjoyed reading them, and actually particularly enjoyed the winner, which we are about to announce now. Hi, Julia. I'm David Baddiel. I'm the chair of the Christopher Bland Prize. My other judges probably want to say hello as well. Hello,
Julia. Naga here. Good to speak to you, and congratulations on making the shortlist.
Thank you very much.
And I'm Caroline. It's lovely to meet you. I really loved your book.
Oh, good. I'm so delighted. Thank you.
So Julia, that was a bluff actually by Naga. We are in fact here to tell you that you've won the Christopher Bland Prize for The Shadowy Third, which I think is a fantastic book. I really loved it. We all came together on it and we all decided this is the best one. So congratulations.
Thank you. I am completely and utterly overwhelmed and delighted. When I saw the shortlist, I thought, well, to get on the shortlist was good, but to have now won it, I just feel that I'm absolutely over the moon. So thank you so much to you three and also to the RSL for having this fantastic prize anyway.
Can I ask, it's a £10,000 prize, by the way, I should say. So that's another positive. But what have you done up to this point? Why did you suddenly start writing, you know, later in life?
I'm honestly not going to lie to you that those letters arrived in my life with the death of a family member, and they basically said, amazing primary source material. Why wouldn't you want to do something with them? You know, I'm a career English teacher. I know my way around literature, I think, a bit. And I thought, well, somebody's going to do it if I don't. And I think that was the sort of first part of it. And the second part of it was thinking, you know, I did have the sort of confidence and maturity to give it a go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If it sat in the drawer for the rest of its life, no one would know. I still had a successful career as a teacher. But I actually think that in a way, starting late was a really exciting thing, both sort of emotionally and intellectually for me. It gave me a real sort of new lease of life in terms of a sort of thinker and a writer, and indeed as a teacher.
I've got to ask, so your job worked with me, your intention worked with me at least. I've got to ask, now you've won, is writing, have you got the bug? But obviously, I don't know if there's any source material of anything else in your family, or if you've kind of got the confidence to go out and do something, a different type of book.
I think I've definitely got the bug. I would like to be working on a different type of book, I think. You don't get this material again. And I'm very conscious that I will have to come up with a different sort of idea. But I do feel now that I am in a very, very fortunate position of having a job that I love, but also a new string to my bow as a writer. And I don't want to give that up. I loved all of the parts of this process, from the researching, from the interviewing people, from the trying to knit it together as a book. And I think just the challenge of that has been so rewarding and so fulfilling for me that I certainly don't want to stop now.
You'll be pleased to know actually that I also ordered an Elizabeth Bowen book off the back of reading your book. So that's at least 2 new readers you've got. Yeah, I just thought it was her letters, you know, as David said, they were just so funny. I mean, I think particularly the one that probably made me order the book was one that really sort of made me think of how bitchy Jane Austen could be in her letters, when she was talking about the girlfriend of a friend and how she wished she would get run over by a bus. I just thought that was brilliant. And And one of the things that I wondered as well, you know, about your grandmother, who I just thought was such an incredible character, particularly the way she kept and started editing the letters herself. Do you think that she was expecting this book to be written?
It's a really, really tricky one for me to think. Would they both be turning in their grave, or would they actually think, no, possibly it's a good thing that it's happened? I have to say, this is the way what I tell myself, as literary scholars, I think that they would be pleased. I think that they would be, you know, glad that these letters have been taken on for other use. My grandmother didn't destroy the letters. She knew they had, you know, intrinsic value, I think, as literary objects. And therefore, the fact that somebody within the family, hopefully lovingly and honorably, has done something with them would I hope be what would be the best outcome for those letters. Unless, of course, they're just going to, you know, sit in an archive somewhere for whoever reads them. I mean, I suppose the thing that I was trying to do with the book was to make it a book that the general reader would read, rather than someone who is a Bowen expert or interested necessarily in literary history. And so I think that the sort of the accessibility of it was a key aim of mine. If my, you know, would I hope that they would like it? But yes, of course. And I suppose only Bowen would think, you know, oh yes, I would love it, or not, or that's a terrible book. But I think I'm going to go for the living reader rather than the dead.
Okay, Julia, that's fantastic. It really is an excellent book. I personally think it's the non-fiction book that Elizabeth Bowen would want to have written about herself.
Oh, that's a very lovely thing to say. Thank you. I'm very touched.
So well done. Thank you for providing us with such a worthy winner. And I do hope you do write more, as Naga was saying. I do hope you've got the bug.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm absolutely delighted. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Bye-bye.